Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I am once again your host, Joe JDF Foster. And today I will be tackling the recent release movie, Army of Darkness. Now, I'll admit, initially I thought they were just going to reboot an old classic like they had been. Because, come on, who hasn't done that? Or just make some typical zombie movie. However, this one was actually better than I thought it would be. And if you like what I have to say about this review, feel free to like and subscribe. Also, to those who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you. Anyways, the film was released early today on Netflix and in theaters. The plot of the movie revolves around the idea of mercenaries going in to get this unique treasure, which is supposed to be billions of dollars. It's kept in quarantine zone, overrun in Vegas which is in Vegas, and it's overrun by zombies, which is why they quarantined it. The cast of it is professional wrestler Dave Batista, aka the Animal, and Ella Purnell. Now, while I don't have some notes on this, I'm fairly certain that there's more references to The Walking Dead than I noticed, but one particular one I noticed is that they had the baseball bat with the spikes in it. Yes, I know this has become fairly certain way to kill zombies in movies, but come on. We all know The Walking Dead made it famous. Also, there's a fair amount of classic rock songs, so if you're not a fan of those, you may not enjoy this as much because you've got two songs by Elvis that open it. You've got John Fogerty's Bad Moon Rising, and you've got a song by the Ravenettes as well. It also showed how the virus could jump from human and animal, and could jump between human and animal, much like the swine and bird flu did. As there's this lovely tiger in it named Valentine. And even though the movie just came out, there are rumors of a prequel or sequel type TV show. I don't know if it's going to be on TV or if they're going to put it on Netflix as well or some other streaming service. But the idea is it's going to take place either before the events of the movie or after the events. So it's just going to be how they deal with it. Now for the good and bad on this. The good, it was released on Netflix and in theaters, which gave a better chance to compete against Disney, Paramount, and HBO Max, especially against Disney, since Disney's getting all the Marvel movies and getting ready to release theirs soon, apparently. The opening was a nice way to have the infection occur. I'm going to try and avoid the spoilers, but while at the same time, I'm going to hint towards them. If I think it was a nice or something, I'll say that. But, like I said, the way the infection occurred, I think that was actually smart this time, the way they did it. Also, the quarantine zone, And this movie could have been seen as the independent nation that got invaded by a conquering nation. With the way they did it. By the bigger nations that, oh, this smaller nation is so underdeveloped, we better take it out. Now for the bad. The payload, or the way the infection actually starts in this film, seems more superhuman, like the Hulk or Killer Croc, pending your comic styling, which makes a zombie more closer to Walking Dead rather than Night of the Living Dead or even Return of the Living Dead. Also, these zombies were organized, which was interesting, but at the same time, they're zombies. Somebody should. You figure if you have a zombie hierarchy, the hierarchy would have been feeding on the lower ones at some point to make things right. And there are some things in this movie that get severely questionable with the zombie lifestyle. The quarantine zone is also discussed more like a detained zone, and so is the area outside of it, where people are mistreated and sorry, and it kind of fits to what Trump did with those detention camps, where we're going to send them back across the border, but we're going to separate them from their families in the process until we can prove that they belong here. But okay, now that I've gotten the bad out of my system, let's discuss the overall of the film. The overall of the film is that it has a good runtime. It flows nicely, and like I said, even though the zombies were more Walking Dead style, which I'm not a fan of, they were actually good characters overall. And I couldn't really find much fault in the film, though I did. So for a zombie type film, I give it a B plus and recommend you watch it as soon as excuse me. I recommend you watch it as soon as possible. Sorry, I had something to eat a little bit ago, and it's catching up to me. So enjoy and have a good day. Until our next time.